Some stuff in life makes sense, but other stuff not so much, such is the case of this video. Today I will review 5 different versions of Waltz for Debby by the Bill Evans Trio, a CD, a SACD, a high-resolution digital file, an expensive vinyl edition and a cheap one. But why? You might say. Well, I don't have an answer for that, but I can tell you it was fun to hear my all-time favorite album by my favorite artist ever for like 10 plus times, trying to make objective conclusions of a subjective matter, which version did sound better? Just for reference, this is a test made by a mortal for mortals. That means, no $20,000 setup, no expensive cables, exotic DACs or fancy cartridges. My CD player is an entry-level Denon DCD 510AE. My turntable is a simple Dual 505 with an N95EX cartridge. My SACD player is an Oppo 103 and my DAC for digital files is the excellent one already incorporated in a MacBook Pro. Everything runs via a budget Onkyo amplifier, and I'm hearing the results via Sennheiser HD600. Pretty basic, I'm sure, for the so-called audiophiles out there, but I guess for the rest of mortals that we try to enjoy music too, it's good enough. The different versions compared in this quote-unquote study are, for the CD, the original Jazz Classics or OJC 20-bit remaster done in the 90s. The SACD is a new Japanese version by Craft Recordings issued 2023. The high-resolution digital file is the same one, that OJC 20-bit remaster that I am testing on CD, but at 24-bit resolution provided by Amazon Music. In the case of vinyl, I'm trying a really cheap version by Wax Time and an expensive one by Original Jazz Classics issued in 2023. Enough of introductions, let's dig right into it. I will order them from the worst sounding to the best one and explain a little bit. Hope you enjoy. For the 5th and last place, the honor goes to the cheap vinyl version by Wax Time. Believe I'm no hater of this kind of cheap reissue. In fact, this is how I started with my whole analog and audiophile journey. Wax Time Records and other similar labels often cater to a market seeking cost-effective ways to purchase vinyl records, often reissuing classic albums. The most significant advantage that brings these labels' attention is the price point. For new collectors or those with budget constraints, these reissues offer a chance to own and enjoy vinyl records without substantial financial investment. This factor alone can be a considerable positive for increasing the accessibility of vinyl as a medium. On the other hand, the primary point of contention is the sound quality. Purists and audiophiles tend to argue that these reissues do not meet the high-fidelity sound standards set by original pressings or more meticulously crafted reissues. They might cite the use of second-source audio or digital files for mastering, which can be inferior to original analog tapes, affecting the depth, warmth, and overall listening experience. I must say that I agree in this case. While the vinyl per se sounds perfectly fine, and the quality is good, when I compare it to the rest of the versions, there's a clear lack of detail and realism that reduces quite a bit the engagement. The 4th place goes to the OJC Red Book CD done in the 90s. While it has many redeeming qualities, there are certain characteristics that remind me of the inherent limitations of the CD format. Right off the bat, the CD version boasts a crisp clarity, a testament to the digital precision the format offers. Dynamic ranges are well represented, and there's an unmistakable precision to the audio playback. The spatial representation of instruments and vocals sometimes felt compressed. While separation was clear, there was a certain depth and three-dimensionality missing, something that audiophiles often praise in analog or high-resolution digital playback. Digital formats, and CDs in particular, have often been critiqued for lacking the warmth and organic texture associated with vinyl. While this CD rendition is clear and precise, there were moments when the sound felt a tad sterile or cold, missing that analog magic. Now, the third place goes to the stereo SACD. The SACD offer audio quality that exceeds that of standard CDs. They utilize direct stream digital, or DSD, encoding, a different method from the pulse code modulation, or PCM, used in CDs. DSD can capture more detail and offers a higher dynamic range. The format provides a richer, more detailed sound than its CD counterpart. The sheer clarity and depth are awe-inspiring. But if I had to say, the Waltz for Debby SACD only just a bit better than the OJC CD, which speaks well of the master done to that CD for 1/10 the cost. I know this is a sound review, not a money for value one, but there is a hint of what I think. We are getting closer to the top. And the second place goes to high-resolution digital files. I guess another close call with the SACD, but to my ears still sounded even richer, really preserving the nuances of the original recording. I wonder how big of a role the Mac DAC plays here, and if it could even be better than the Apple's one, something I guess no one would expect. The file, as heard by the Amazon Music service, offers an impressive depth and clarity in their recordings. The precision of digital encoding captures the nuances of sound, providing a clean, noise-free playback. Really enjoyable but still lacks something. On to the number one and best of the bunch, the more expensive vinyl reissue by OJC. This edition, part of the AAA, which means analog in all stages. Original Jazz Classics, OJC Craft Series 2023, has garnered attention for its commitment to quality and authenticity. The standout feature of this release is its sound quality. Nothing extra or fancy comes in the vinyl. Our analog approach ensures that the music is presented in its purest form, capturing the essence and warmth of the original recordings. The meticulous mastering process has such an emotional clarity and depth, bringing out the nuances of the performance. Each instrument can be distinctly heard, allowing listeners to immerse themselves in the intricate details of the performance. The format allows to create this sweet texture and ambience like being there, with Bill and his trio, that night in the club. The dynamic range is impressive with highs that are crisp without being piercing, and the lows that are robust without overwhelming the mids. This balance ensures that the music feels very alive and vibrant. Highly recommended, and definitely this reissue is one of my best sounding vinyl of my collection. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's time to wrap up. In the quest for sonic perfection, it's essential to remember that music's essence and emotion are paramount. While the format can undoubtedly enhance our listening experience, it should not overshadow the music itself. There's undeniable value in high-fidelity formats that bring out the richness and depth of recordings. But the soul of a song isn't solely in its bits and frequencies. Striking a balance is key. While we should appreciate and seek out quality formats that elevate our listening, we must never lose sight of the profound joy and connection that music, in any format, brings to our lives. Please like and subscribe and leave your comments. See you soon.